All right, welcome everyone. It's April 25 already. I'm Joyce Rockwood and welcome to Genius Digestion and Essential Oils. We just did our on-time raffle. I forgot to start the recording. So we had a great raffle. We raffled off Digest Zen Oil and Lavender to a lovely recipient named Lucina, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly. And we're gonna do some extra raffles throughout this presentation. So if you are watching this on Encore, you can always watch again in the future. I do the raffles live with people who are actually participating as a way of saying thank you for taking time out in your life to learn about something new and to also learn about something that can change the trajectory of your own well-being. I really feel that one of the best things that we can do in our lives is take time for ourselves, because when we are in a space for self-care, because when we're in a space of higher vibrational health and well-being, it puts us in a state of service and a place of service for others, because when we're feeling well, we can be more giving, right? So the purpose of this presentation is to share some science and some really valuable information on how essential oils work. And I'm going to start the PowerPoint so that we can begin right away, and stay on time, because I know everyone's time is pretty precious and valuable. Okay, so essential oils for virgins. Now, some of you are not total virgins. I know a lot of you have emailed and answered the survey, and you are, some of you are new. Actually, a lot of you are brand new to essential oils. So the purpose of this presentation is to give you some more insight and make you feel like less of a virgin and to make you feel like you can be ready for anything. Be a healer in your own home is the purpose, right? We're going to be working with a very specific grade of essential oils. The company name is doTERRA, and I'll tell you a little bit about them in a moment. And their whole mission is really beautiful. It is to put a healer in every home, and it is to create a constant, ongoing vibrational healing throughout the world. So we're going to teach you how to use essential oils in this presentation safely and effectively in your own home, and how to get them at the best price. That is my purpose today. Okay. So sometimes I say to people, you know, you're coming to this webinar probably because you have some health concerns going on, or you have great health and you're looking to up level and maintain. So let the past be your lesson. Let the present be your gift, and let the future be your motivation. I hope that this presentation really motivates you in some new and profound ways. I have found essential oils to be an incredibly powerful and effective dynamic tool for me, not only as a healthcare practitioner, because I'm rooted in detoxification for the last 20 years as a colon hydrotherapist and dietary consultant. However, I also have added them to my practice outside of using them personally. So they've become a really powerful tool that I can use for myself as well as share with others. Now, every single oil is very diverse. And one of the reasons I personally love this modality so much is because you can use one oil for so many different things. Every oil potentially has dozens of uses. But I'm going to go through this presentation, and I'm going to, for the sake of time and also for the sake of not draining your brain too much, I'm going to point out probably about 3 to 4 different benefits of each oil, okay? You do get proper support if this is a modality that you feel like you'd like to pursue and start working with, if you're not yet working with it. And what's beautiful about the oils is that when you are ready to get started, you do get free coaching that will properly guide you and show you how easy it is to troubleshoot anything that comes up using the essential oils. Because here's the beauty of essential oils. There's an oil for everything. And I mean it, everything. Even if there's, like, my friend messaged me the other day, she took in a stray cat, had fleas. There's oils for everything. So also, with essential oils, we use them every day. We don't just have to grab for an oil when we're not feeling well. I know that I'm targeting this presentation on people who might be dealing with issues with digestion, but we can use essential oils to up-level our health so that we don't continue to have digestive issues. We can use essential oils on a daily basis so we're up-leveling the quality of the products that we're using in our homes so that we're not bringing in toxic substances excuse me, and other types of chemicals that might be harmful to our immune system, our digestive system, our neurological function, our respiratory system, damaging our skin, damaging our brain function, right? So what most people don't realize is that they're using essential oils already. They're just using a very different grade. They're rampant in your toothpaste, shampoo, conditioners, bars of soap, dish detergent, clothing detergent, laundry detergent. And so these smells are running around all over the place, and we're inhaling about 200 different chemicals a day. The accumulation of that in one day might not feel that bad for you, but for the term of a life or the term of 10 years, it becomes very cumulative and very damaging, excuse me, on a cellular level. Okay, so another thing about essential oils, we're going to learn about the grade in a moment, pardon me, and how they're sourced and why doTERRA is such a unique company. But what I want to emphasize here is that one thing you do not want to do is finish this webinar and then run off and start typing things into Amazon and seeing if you can get them cheaper, because it can be very dangerous to buy your essential oils in a health food store, and it can be very dangerous to expect certain levels of results and efficacy from doTERRA oils that you might find on Amazon, because they are not coming from the company. They might be repackaged, and we'll talk about the grade in a moment so you understand that. And one of the reasons why it's important to work with a health consultant who's connected to the company is because the oils come directly from the company to your door. And I'm just literally a person who serves as an educator for you. And so when you're ready to get started working with them, you actually get me as a free coach. Pretty cool, right? I mean, you'd have to pay a health coach upwards of, $1,000 a month if you wanted unlimited health coaching. So when you start with your doTERRA membership, hello, here I am. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about doTERRA, and then we're going to fly right into this PowerPoint. So in case you don't know anything about them, I like to tell you a little bit about their background so you might feel a little bit more comfortable with why I personally chose them. And if this is a modality that feels right for you, you would obviously want to be considerate of like the company and their mission too, I would assume. A lot of people like to do that kind of research. So they are the largest essential oils company in the world. They have no outside funding. They have no debt. This allows them to focus on their mission of healing the world, doing tons of constant ongoing scientific research, pour all their money into research, pour all their money into consumer support, that's you, and pour all their money also into humanitarian efforts all around the globe. So they're super dedicated to that mission, and for the sake of the healthcare industry and what's going on there now, we know that it's pretty broken. And so they're creating a revolution supporting families like yourselves and healthcare practitioners. I work with a lot of healthcare practitioners who are really looking for safe and natural solutions at this point for their everyday life. Every home can benefit from essential oils. Every practice, every office can benefit from essential oils. And so when you're looking for improved quality of life, this is a really powerful tool. Parents and healthcare providers are also turning to doTERRA because their current options are just not delivering the results that they're getting, that they hope to get. And so if you're tired of using chemicals that are very harsh and can cause side effects and addiction and intolerance, essential oils are a perfect modality for you. Why? Because they have no intolerance or addictive, they create no intolerance, and they have no addictive qualities. Your body will not become resistant to them over time. You actually will find that you become more sustainable over time. You might need a little less and less of them over time, and we'll talk about why. Okay, so if you don't have tons of time to do lots of research, doTERRA is doing the ongoing research. You have access to it online all the time. I can show you how to access that. So for what you need, there's always an oil for everything. For long-lasting results, you will get the results you're looking for. And there's no other essential oil company in the world that matches their testing, which we'll talk about in a moment. They do 24 different scientific tests performed on every batch to assure that level of purity that you would expect from an essential oil so that it will deliver the results that you would also want to expect. There's no adulteration whatsoever to the product, okay? They come straight from the earth. The label means that you can rely on them very consistently for results every single time, just like over 20 hospitals are now doing. Should you ever be unsatisfied? I've never had anyone be unsatisfied with an oil, but if you are ever unsatisfied with something, you can always return it for a 100% credit to try another product, or if it's after 30 days, you can get a 90% credit back on your card. Okay, so those are some of the things people tend to be concerned about up front. How does that sound? Does anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself, or you can just type in the chat. Okay. All right, so why doTERRA? Why in the world did I choose this company? I'm a very scrutinizing person, and I chose this company because of their testing and because of their mission. Their plants are sourced globally. We have 46 different countries, 23 of them are developing nations. So they are harvesting. It's a very scientific process. It's a very delicate approach that they take to harvesting at the most opportune time. And every batch is tested by a third party on top of their own testing. And then the oils are sent back to doTERRA if they pass the rigorous tests by the third party, and they are tested a third time and then 3 times during the bottling phase. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. There's nothing in the essential oil that would be harmful. No synthetics, no dyes, no impurities, no alcohols, no diluting that would be against, anything that we'd want to have be transparent. And so you're going to get the therapeutic value of the essential oil because of that in its highest form. Now, there's no essential oil company that does this after testing. So this is kind of cool. Check this out. The bottom of every bottle has an expiration date. Don't worry, it's about 4 years away, and a lot number. Okay, now that lot number allows you as a consumer to go online and look at the third-party test results and see them with your own eyes. Pretty transparent, cool things, right? Okay, so we have two approaches to our health at this point in our world. And I personally prefer to work with natural solutions for a very healthy and empowered life. And I also like the idea of working with essential oils because they are safe, effective, natural, and affordable. So the modern approach is designed to manage symptoms, okay? We are then isolated from the process of healing. And the medical approach, the pharmaceutical approach is, causes symptoms, right? It causes side effects and other types of symptoms that are unwanted because the products are made from isolated synthetic agents. So we've got a $6.5 trillion a year spending on our global healthcare. I don't know if you know this, but the United States leads the world in healthcare spending. I would hate to say this, but it's true. We also lead the world in mortality rate. So if we're spending the most on our healthcare, don't you think the system's a little broken with what we're currently doing if our mortality rate is that high? Pretty sad. We're not healthier because of it. So we want to really move away from just dealing with the symptom. The natural approach which is what essential oils offer you. The natural approach addresses your body's needs, gets to the root cause. We're using extracts from plants that address our physical and our emotional health. We have safe benefits without the side effects. Every single essential oil also has 4 tiers of benefits. So some of you are here for the physical. I know we've talked about like dealing with anti-aging and skin and mental health and digestion, energy, cardiovascular health, someone messaged me about, besides just digestion. Weight management, food cravings. Somebody messaged me they had a pain, something going on with their knee, some pain in their knee. So here's where the results come into play because of the grade. So we're working with a very unique grade. It's called CPTG. This means that certified pure therapeutic grade. It means that the oils have gone through this very rigorous testing. No 2 essential oil grades are created equal. And so when you go into a health food store or you're just buying something on the cheap, offline or online, the reason we have to be careful with that is because those oils are inferior. They might not be distilled properly. They might be degraded. They might not be tested. A lot of companies test through something called organoleptic testing, which means they opened up the bottle and they smelled it. That's not really scientific. I mean, if you ask me, but the testing that doTERRA does is, molecular and cellular. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the standard of purity that we're working with is called CPTG. It stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. They had to create this grade because the industry is completely unregulated. And when they came into existence 10 years ago, we just had an anniversary. They decided that they wanted to create a standard that was unheard of because they wanted to be able to create this healing response that was not happening in the industry. So you see this pie chart, it represents a lot of the synthetics, a lot of the essential oils that are available to us are all synthetic in that gray area. This is why people might use them and not get the results they want. They might get adverse results, right? The food quality stuff is in your beverages or chewing gum. Then there's a therapeutic grade, and then there's CPTG. Okay, so again, we know that these oils are very much tested. There's third-party testing, and the plants are grown in their proper environment to assure that. This is a map I just wanted to include to show you all of the different countries where we source from. And I also wanted to put this slide in to show you the Healing Hands Foundation. I talked about the humanitarian work that doTERRA is very, very connected to. They're as connected to the Healing Hands missions that they've created because, you know, most of the countries that have the most proper soil and the most precious, perfect soil are the countries that have the most plight and poverty. So they have created this foundation that they completely cover the 100% of the administration costs of. When we make a donation to the foundation, which I do monthly when I place my order, 100% of that donation that I make goes to Healing Hands. I mean, some of the other companies out there, organizations out there donate like 6%. So it never really gets to the people. But look what they do. They do rescue missions to, you know, pull children out of sex trafficking rings from Rescue Me, which is Operation Underground Railroad. They go in and they distribute, that's me in the bottom, making hygiene kits for girls. We were part of a Guinness Book of World Records event at our convention last year, making 5,000 kits in record time. We did rescue work in Nepal when they had earthquake. We do mentorship programs. We do all of these amazing things to help these countries that are giving us these very precious oils. And I love the fact that every time I use an oil, I can make a difference in these people's lives who I may never meet. Okay, so what is an essential oil? Let's get back to you. If you're joining us a little late, please write down your top 3 health goals if you didn't yet. As we go through the PowerPoint, if you didn't print out the pages that were in the email, you can take notes. Essential oil is an extract from a plant. My goal in this presentation is to make sure that the top 3 health goals you shared with me are troubleshot? We troubleshoot by the end, so you have answers to how to take care of yourself with natural solutions. The essential oils are found in the seeds, the bark, the stems, the roots, the flowers, and all the other parts of the plants. They're so concentrated. They're like 70 times more powerful than herbs, which is why I love working with them because you get really fast results. Let's look at peppermint for a second, guys. Peppermint, I've got a bottle right here. If I put a drop of that on the top of my hand, a really easy way to sample it, if it's one of the samples you wind up getting in your raffle, you can just smudge it and then you can breathe it in and then you can lick it off your skin and you'll feel the aromatic compounds going through your sinus cavity, through your lungs, penetrating your oral cavity for some really opening, high elevation opening up of your respiratory system. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equal to 28 cups of tea. Can you imagine? Now, it costs 8 cents for 1 drop of peppermint oil. 8 cents. 8 cents across 28 cups of tea is much less than a penny a drop. I mean, much less than a penny a cup. Pretty affordable. Okay, so how do they work? All right, so when I started learning about essential oils, I was like, this is cool. They smell amazing. But what's happening? So because they're natural and they're safe, they're very effective. So if we have a peppermint leaf on the left and we magnify it, we would see those microscopic white sacs there. Those are what contain the essential oils of the plant. How cool is that? So it protects the plant. Environmentally, it might attract certain bugs that are helpful to the plant. It might detract or repel other types of organisms in the environment from attacking it. So if you squished the peppermint leaf in your fingers, you'd be crushing those microscopic sacs, and your fingers would smell like peppermint because the oil would be getting onto your skin. So each drop of essential oil is 40 quintillion molecules. Each drop has 40 quintillion molecules. I mean, who counted? How did they figure that out? But why I'm telling you this is to help you understand how incredibly complex the essential oils are, which allows them to very readily and very quickly penetrate the cell membrane. Do you see the second diagram there is representing a cell? In the middle of the cell, you see a purple sort of devilish-like looking character. That's a virus. Outside of the cell is the green blob. We call that a bacteria. Squirming across the cell membrane in orange is the essential oil. Because they are so complex, they can squirm past the cell membrane, and they can help to provide support to the cell by too many cashews last night, I guess. Okay, by making sure that any impurities that are inside of the cell where the DNA is housed, your mitochondria is housed, can start to kick out of the cell. Okay, so this is a really important concept here that I'd love for you to grab onto, because it's the crux of why essential oils are so powerful when we're working with this grade exclusively. The industry has never seen a grade like this. So when I talk about them very passionately, it's because they really do deliver results that you can rely on. So they're going to work with your body to address the issues at the root cause on this cellular level. Now, DNA is a pretty important, concept. It's pretty important stuff in our body. It directs, literally, like it's the human genome. It directs the trajectory of our life. So if you have anything going on in your body that's feeling off or not right, it's because your cells have accumulated a lot of pathogens and toxins, and they're having a hard time getting back into a homeostatic space. Essential oils are not magic wands, okay, but they do come into the cell in that environment, and they act like a Roomba, like a personal Jeeves and Butler, and they move things out of the middle of the cell to help that cell be more vital and return it to homeostasis, which is why a lot of times when people smell an essential oil, their mood shifts in about 22 seconds. Okay, we talked about peppermint oil a moment ago. Any questions on cellular response? You can type in the chat or unmute yourself. Okay. How they affect the olfactory bulb. Okay, so when you breathe in an essential oil, I still got the peppermint on my skin. I can still smell it. The fastest way to elicit a neural response in your brain is through inhalation. The aromatic compounds pop through the sinus cavity. The olfactory bulb or the olfactory membrane sends signals to the olfactory part of the brain where the limbic system resides. That's the lobe. Between the two lobes, you have the limbic system, okay? And the limbic system detects and sort of manages your mood and emotions, cardiovascular and respiratory function, circadian rhythms, sexual responses in the body. The sense of smell is 10,000 times more powerful than any other sense you have. Okay, so when we stimulate this part of the brain, we can actually go in and release emotional trauma. That's why the oils are now being used in hospitals that deal with cancer patients, because they did a 6-month study, actually a year-long study. If you want access to it, let me know. You can email me after. They did a year-long study, and they saw dramatic effects on stress reduction with their entire staff with diffusing essential oils environmentally, but they also saw dramatic results with reducing stress with the patients. So they started with the staff, but they also sort of like through that process saw shifts with the patients. Okay, that's the neuroscience of smell. How powerful is this? It is estimated that 90% of all human behavior, 90% is tied to your limbic system. Wow! That's huge. Do you know what that means? That means that through sense of smell, through grabbing an essential oil, if you behaviorally are not feeling on point, you're feeling discouraged, you are feeling saddened, you are feeling, out of touch with your community, whatever it may be, you can grab an essential oil, and in 22 seconds flat, you can shift the way your brain thinks. And you have a 90% control over your behavior is what that means. Pretty empowering that you can influence your behavior through aroma. I love that. Okay, any questions? Let me know. All right, we're gonna dive into the gut on one slide, and then we're gonna go into the oils in a moment. I wanted to share this slide with you because my specialty is in the gut, and I have direct experience with someone. My own father suffered with manic depression for several decades. I should say like two decades to be specific. And I got into colon hydrotherapy because I saw it as the channel and the tool to start dealing with mental health. So here's what I'd love for you to understand very quickly, and then I promise we're going to go into the oils. The gut-brain connection is super powerful, okay? There's like basically at this point, like unlimited scientific research, and every day I see another paper come out on what is going on in our gut and how that is tied to the brain. So the gut is known as your second brain, okay? It's also known as your enteric nervous system. Now, both your brain and the gut actually develop during the fetal time they develop from the same tissue when you're like developing as a fetus. Okay, so that's pretty profound stuff right there. And look, if you look at the intestine in this diagram, the colon, it's this big one kind of going around the perimeter of this person's body. It kind of looks like the brain, right? It's got like a similar formation, kind of cool. So there's a network of nerves and neurotransmitters in the tissue and the lining of your gut that are directly linked to your brain. I mean, it's why when you have a bellyache, you don't feel well. I mean, you don't feel well in your belly, but like your mood changes, right? So the digestive organs can operate independently from your central nervous system, and people who are brain dead, the stomach actually functions properly. Someone has a question for me. Hang on one second. Okay, Lucina, wonderful. I look forward to supporting you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm not going to read it out loud unless you give me the approval to do so. It looks like it's a private message, so I'll leave it as such. If anyone out there is dealing with any medical disorders, you will never hear me mention medical disorders as I talk about essential oils for a very specific reason. I will talk about proper support for different body systems because I have to speak about the oils compliantly. I cannot make medical claims. But if you have a medical issue, like someone wrote to me about psoriasis, someone wrote to me about cardiovascular health, someone recently wrote to me about depression. I just want you to know that there are oils for everything. Like we can address any issues that you have, okay? I'm just going to talk about the oils in a very different way that's compliant and talk about mental health support and things like that, okay? So the evidence out there suggests that emotions and feelings are intimately associated with bowel function. I'm a colon hydrotherapist. Yes, I can attest to that. And an example is that irritable bowel syndrome, where stress and emotions can cause digestive symptoms. I know a lot of you out there can relate because you're here for digestive support. Okay, next slide we're going to pop into here, just also showing you that your gut is your second brain. It does contain, 100, look at that, 100 million neurons. Who's counting this stuff? 100 million neurons, which is more than the spinal cord and the peripheral nervous system combined. It's crazy. Okay, and so yeah, Lucina, thank you for letting me know you're okay with me sharing that. Yeah, so she is dealing with some bipolar issues and manic depression, and I'll be really honest with you, if I knew about essential oils when I was 10, my father would have lived a very different life. He's still with us and he's doing really great today, but people spend thousands of dollars and lots of time trying to find answers, and sometimes they just don't work. All right, so let's get started, guys. I'm super psyched. This is one of my favorite parts of the presentation because it helps me show you how simple oils are to use effectively in your own home. You need very few tools, and they're so easy to use. You don't have to memorize anything, and you don't need a fancy degree. The first tool we're going to talk about is a diffuser, and mine is pumping away over there on my little table. It's a quiet oscillating atomizer. You fill it with water and then you turn it on after you put in a couple drops of your essential oil of choice. And it's going to diffuse the essential oils into the air microscopically and slowly over time. Okay, so this is a way we affect the brain by making sure that we're getting the essential oils going into our body in a diluted fashion, in a way that's acceptable and reasonable over time. So it's very easy to use the oils, right? You don't have to do anything. You just turn that thing on and you're breathing them in. Okay, fractionated coconut oil. What is it? It's different than hey guys, hey slide, come back. Okay, fractionated coconut oil is always liquid at room temperature. We use this as a dilution mechanism for our essential oils. Here's one of my new favorites, bergamot wild orange, because they're so powerful, right? We only put in maybe 10 or 15 or 20 drops of an essential oil in the bottle and then fill the rest with the fractionated coconut oil because we don't need to use them at full strength. So the fractionated is always liquid at room temp. It's fragrance free. It helps us to properly dilute our EOs, our essential oils, and have more surface coverage. Look, I'm rolling this all over my neck, feeling groovy, staying happy for you. And it allows for 85% increased absorption than if we're just kind of dropping an essential oil on our skin, okay? Because they're super volatile, the compounds. They escape into the air really fast, which is why sometimes I'm using an essential oil on my body and I walk out of my apartment and I get to the store and someone's like, wow, you smell amazing. Yes, I've probably some people on the webinar who I've met in person. So they moisturize your skin too this way. It's a really lovely way to moisturize. It doesn't leave a greasy residue, okay? So I've got the oils on here. You can see if I put regular coconut oil on my skin, it leaves a greasy residue for hours. This way I just rub it on and it just leaves it like super yummy, but there's no residue. It's like there's no grease at all. It's pretty cool. Okay, no fancy degrees. Emotions app and the Modern Essentials app and or the books. This is how we troubleshoot. The Modern Essentials book on the far left is the book we're going to use to troubleshoot any kind of medical or physical ailment. Okay, so if I open up that app, which I keep on my phone, handy dandy, I could go to that app and open up any issue, right? Someone messaged me earlier about their father. I have someone who's messaged me about their father, and he's got Alzheimer's. Advanced Alzheimer's, and he's in his 80s. So if I open up the app, it's got Alzheimer's on there and it's got a description and it's going to tell me what oils to use. How cool is that? Okay. If you have digestive issues, same thing. You just pull it up in the app or the book, and it gives you not only the oils, but it'll also tell you how to use them. But when we do coaching, I'm going to show you how easy that is. The second book is the emotions book. I love this book. 400 different emotions listed in the back of this book. Did you know we even had that many? I mean, wow, we are diverse creatures. So it'll give you a description of the oil, like peppermint is the oil of a buoyant heart. Wild orange is the oil of abundance. And then it'll give you a description of the oil related, after you look it up under the emotion, it'll give you a description of the oil on a separate page listed alphabetically, very simple. And you can pick the oil that feels most relevant to you, because sometimes one emotion might have 3 or 4 different suggestions, right? And again, diversity. If we don't like one of the oils they suggest, we can work with another one, so you'll always be satisfied. Veggie caps for internal use. Makes ingesting any oils really safe and easy, especially if they're what we call hot oils. Like cinnamon is a hot oil, clove is a hot oil. It's a little like it would burn your skin if you put it like directly in your mouth, unless you're like, you have an asbestos tongue. And it allows you to make custom protocols. So they're 2 little halves and you just separate them. You pop in a few drops of your essential oil. Someone messaged me about wanting support with immune system. Okay, immunity. So one of the protocols is taking the On Guard oil, which we'll go through in the presentation, and just putting 3 drops of this. Someone had a sore throat yesterday. She asked me what to do. 3 drops of the On Guard and a veggie cap every 3 hours of the day. Boom. End of the day, you should be totally fine. Okay. And yeah, there's custom protocols too for food cravings. Okay. How do we use them? 3 ways. Aromatically, they affect our mood, purify the air, and help us to maintain a healthy airway. Topically, skin, bottoms of the feet where the pores are the largest and the essential oils can actually enter your bloodstream and hit all your cells in 30 seconds flat. Pretty cool. Diluting with fractionated coconut oil to prevent any skin irritation, especially if you're working with hot oils, right? Internally, we can consume them as a dietary supplement. And for targeted wellness, we can really support different body systems by just adding a drop even to a favorite dish. Like I love using my ginger oil in my salad dressing or on veggies. Really, really yummy. Good for inflammation too. Okay. So aromatically, you can also use essential oils for elevating intuition. A lot of you are here also for some of your personal practices, elevating and activating expansion if you're doing any kind of meditation work or ritual work, spiritual work. And topically, we can also use them on the different chakras of the body. Arm creases, top of head, back of your neck are great access points for topical applications. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. How do we know if we can use an essential oil internally from doTERRA? doTERRA means gift of the earth, by the way. How do we know? If the side of the bottle has something called supplement facts, right there, boom. Okay, supplement facts on the side of peppermint means that it's an oil that you can take safely internally. Okay, if you grab an oil like Balance and you don't see the supplement facts on the side of the bottle, This is one you do not take internally. You're just going to use it maybe on wrists, soles of feet, any other access points on your body. You can diffuse it, but you don't want to be putting it in your mouth simply because it might be made from bark, and we don't typically eat bark. Okay, that means it doesn't mean you're gonna die if you forget. It just means that it's not the most advantageous way to use it. All right, any questions? Chemistry wheel. I like to show this. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time here, but the science behind the scent. This helps you to see that alcohols are clarifying, esters are more calming and restorative. The aldehydes, these are like, this is a chemical science, right? This is a scientific, this is an aromatic science. So when we look at the science and the chemical profile of different oils, they have different constituents that lend themselves to different responses in our bodies. The oils that have aldehydes are going to be more protective, all right? The monoterpenes are going to be more like uplifting and again, more restorative. Okay, so this wheel is something you can look at online. It's totally free. doTERRA has all this stuff for free. It's the doTERRA oil chemistry wheel if you'd like to download it. Okay, tips and safety. Please do not start sticking your essential oils in your eyeballs, okay? You can breathe them in, but you don't want to be popping them up into your nose, like dropping them into your nose. And if you do want to work with them in your internal usage, you can put them in your drinking water, diluting them for skin applications with your fractionated coconut oil, following the label directions for taking internally, and also using glass or stainless steel or porcelain to drink out of. Never, 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 never drink out of plastic, okay? Never out of plastic. These essential oils break down petrochemicals. We do not want you to be putting petrochemicals into your body. If anything, we are trying to get them out of your body because they cause a lot of hormone imbalance, which can affect your mood. Hi, Fatima. Okay, so we drink out of glass or stainless. We don't drink out of plastic. Take note on that, and I'm telling you there's going to be a reason why I'm saying so. Okay. Top 10 oils. This is the exciting part. We're going to dive right in. I'm going to review what are considered the top 10 most commonly used essential oils. Look, there are about 100 different oils from doTERRA, but I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to go through all of them. So I'm going to review the top 10 most commonly used ones. Notice that when I go through them, a lot of the oils benefits are going to cross-pollinate. Okay, so lemon can be used to cleanse and purify. It can be used to aid in digestion. That was the biggest response on the survey for this webinar. Digestion, what do I do for my digestion? How does it help your digestion? It balances out into an alkaline state. This is made from the rind of the lemon. It will not harm your enamel on your teeth, okay? And it supports a healthy respiratory response. It also is great to diffuse for positive mood because a lot of you asked me about mental health, okay? It's the oil of focus if we're looking into the emotional support of the oil. Now, as a little hack, if you want like a little happy day hack, you can also use lemon to get anything sticky off of like your counters or your fingers. If you go to the beach and you step in tar like I did, boom, it comes right off. Little hack. Okay, any questions on lemon? You can type in the chat or unmute yourself. Lavender. Okay, lavender. Someone won this in the raffle. Lucina. So lavender, most people think of as really benefiting them in a place of like feeling anxious. It eases feelings of tension. Now it eases feelings of tension emotionally, but it also eases tension physically. So pain, gas and bloating. What? Yes, you can use lavender for gas and bloating, which is why as a colon hydrotherapist, it was in the room. Skin irritations, bug bites, rashes, okay? Lavender is very good for soothing that. Sleep, 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 my angels. It's great for sleep, okay? It's also the oil of communication. So if you have people around you who are not chatting, start wearing some lavender. Peppermint. Peppermint is great for a healthy respiratory response. It's great for pain. Someone has knee pain. It's great for helping the digestive system calm down in literally seconds. If you were in a car and you felt nauseated because you were on your phone in an Uber and you smelled your peppermint, I tracked this once, 8 seconds flat, nausea gone. If we're looking for elevating mood, it's the oil of a buoyant heart. It's very energizing. You can apply it also, like I did, top of hand or to your chest when you're going to be working out. This way it opens up your breathing passageway and boosts your energy, because a lot of people messaged me about energy. So if you're feeling fatigued, this is going to elevate your energy. How yummy. Okay. Melaleuca, also known as tea tree. Tea tree. A lot of people had skin issues for this webinar, asking me, what do I do for my skin? I'm not happy with my skin tone, my skin quality. The quality of your skin is related to what's going on in your gut. Everything's related to what's going on in your gut. That's why I do the work I do, because if we deal with the gut, boom, everything else shifts. And it's a really easy trajectory to help people that way by focusing on one thing to get all these other external benefits. So Melaleuca is known for its cleansing and rejuvenating properties on your skin, right? Not only for blemishes, but also it's antimicrobial, antibacterial. What does it do therefore for your immune system? Boom, promotes a healthy immune response. What does it do for environmental threats around us and stinky sneakers? It eradicates odors, right? Oh, it's great also for any kind of gum pain. If you're not eating well, if you have digestive issues, you might have gum pain, you might have canker sores and stuff like that on your tongue. It numbs it in like a second. Okay. Oregano. This is an outstanding oil for, again, you're looking for immune support. People message about that. This is what you're going to use for your immune support, okay? You're going to use this daily, 10 days on and then 10 days off. It's a very strong oil. It's great for digestion, very effective for respiratory support, very powerful cleansing and purifying agent. So you can add a drop of this to your glass spray bottle, fill it with water, and add in some of the other oils like the Melaleuca, and we'll touch on Guard in a moment. Okay. Now you can use this in your kitchen. You would want to use a toothpick and swirl, because one drop will be too powerful. It would burn your lips. We don't want any of that. Frankincense, my boyfriend in a bottle. Okay. Everyone's asking me about skin. Everyone's asking me about energy, anti-aging. Big point on this webinar. A lot of people asking me about anti-aging. So here's the deal on frankincense. You're going to use this every day. It's that simple. You're going to put a drop under your tongue. It's going to elevate your mood. It's going to elevate brain function. It's increasing oxygen flow to the brain by in scientific research by up to 28% oxygen flow into the brain. So anyone who's having issues with brain issues, mood issues, I know that Lucina, you asked me about those specific issues you were dealing with. You can use frankincense, okay? You would want to use frankincense without a doubt. You can use it under the tongue sublingually, okay? For anti-aging, it does amazing stuff, very effective on cellular support. I mean, it's probably the #1 oil for cellular support, right? So you can Google things like cancer and frankincense and get some pretty amazing information out there. Just saying. Add it to your moisturizer. Add it to your diffuser at night for really good sleep. Okay, Digestion. Pretty topical. I did a whole bunch of Insta stories with Digestion, if any of you saw them. This is the first oil we're seeing that has a blend name, a list of ingredients that's different than just, say, like lemon, right? There's no Digestion tree. So this lets you know something. doTERRA has done some really dramatic scientific research, not dramatic, but in depth. And what they have found is that when they couple a number of oils together, they have a more profound effect on different body systems than sometimes just using one oil. Okay, so this one is going to be very supportive of any kind of digestive malaise, if you will. If the chef forgot to tell you about the wine he was putting in the secret sauce and you ate it and now it's like you got gas and bloating and a headache and like cotton mouth the next day. If you are dealing with any kind of like took on too much in a day, bit off more than you can chew, metaphor, you can use Digestion right on the belly to calm, soothe, and ground and make you feel like you can get the tasks done. You can use this one in your drinking water. You can use it in warm water. You don't want to heat the oils, okay? That's why we use a diffuser that's cool mist. And it tastes kind of like black licorice. If you don't like the taste of it, then you can put it in a veggie cap. See, I've got answers. Breathe is another blend from doTERRA. This is a beautiful, beautiful blend. It's very invigorating, but it's also very calming at the same time. So you're gonna see, this is great for opening up the breathing passageways. Anyone dealing with sinus stuff, okay, can't breathe, can't get any air through your schnoz. Breathe in some breathe. It'll probably open it up in a second. If it doesn't, use peppermint straight. Anyone making loud noises at night when they're sleeping, they have a partner who's making loud noises when they're sleeping. We call that snoring, right? You can use breathe oil in support, okay? It's great for athletes too. It's an oil that helps to dispel sadness emotionally, interestingly enough, okay? Very energizing. So if anyone's looking for another energy oil besides peppermint and lemon, here you go. It's an oil that we take on our skin topically, and we inhale, but we don't take this one internally, okay? So you see on this slide, A for aromatic on the bottom here, T for topical, S for sensitive skin. They give a suggestion to diffuse with lavender at night. Okay, here are the deep blue options. Deep blue, someone named Betty messaged me about knee pain. So if you have any kind of pain in your body, if you have any inflexibility, physical inflexibility, or maybe emotionally feeling a little inflexible, it could be because of what's going on the physical plane. Deep blue is a blend. It's very invigorating. This is an oil that you're going to be using on any kind of joint discomfort, any stiff neck stuff, any shoulder pain all day long, working on the computer or working and bending, and now your lower back is, you know, stuck. Your knees. I know someone who started using Deep Blue Rub. It's a lotion in the blue bottle on the top on their knees. They're now running marathons, so 50 years old. So this is a great oil for pain management, okay? It does come in the 5 ml bottle on the left, the straight oil. They also make a number of their most popular oils diluted for us. That's what you see in the middle, and like a diluted bottle like so with a roller on top. Okay, so you can roll it, roll it right on your skin. Then the top in the white panel picture there, that's the lotion. So you can rub the lotion on your skin. Give yourself a yummy massage, or have your friend give you a massage. And then this is not an internal oil, okay? So they have made a herbal supplement in a formation for us to take internally as an anti-inflammatory, which is beautiful. So you can use the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex capsules, okay, internally. So if you have any kind of head tension, any kind of neck or back pain, any kind of body inflammation, okay, this is a great option for you over the counter that's not synthetic, that's totally herbal and natural. You can replace the other stuff because it's probably damaging your stomach lining. Okay, On Guard. This is the oil that you're going to be using for synthetic, natural options for the alternative, as an alternative to the synthetic things you might be currently using when you're looking for more immune support, okay? Why? Well, pretty dynamic stuff. It's got clove oil in it, and clove with a bunch of other things, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, wild orange. It's very spicy, it's yummy, and it supports a healthy respiratory function. The clove oil in here is the most powerful antioxidant in the world, hands down. So there's something called the ORAC scale. It measures the antioxidant-rich foods. It gives them a number. The strongest antioxidant in the world is not blueberries. They only measure 2,500 on the ORAC scale. Clove measures 1,078,000. Give me some clove. Pretty powerful. And you can soak apples in a big bowl of water, like cut some slices and then add some of this. A few drops, soak for like 15 minutes. Pull the apples out and they won't oxidize. What? They won't turn brown. I tried it, 3 days. Didn't turn brown. Okay, it comes in many different uses. So the oils are things that we can use as oils, but we can also make DIY products out of them. So doTERRA does some of that for us. If you are not DIY savvy, it's okay. They make the hand sanitizing mist, so you don't have to use that other stuff that's on the market called alcohol. They also use the On Guard, and they made a foaming hand wash, toothpaste, laundry detergent. So they're a little bit more of a lifestyle company than just an essential oil company. So you can start working with essential oils and literally overhaul all of the things in your home and probably replace them with essential oil infused, medical grade essential oil infused products instead. So that's what I've done. I've literally just, instead of buying things in all, like several different stores, I buy my essential oils, I get my soap, my shampoo and conditioner here, and I've just literally transformed all of the things that I use. So I'm breathing in medical grade essential oils and breathing in wellness. It's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so Johns Hopkins University, I wanted to show you this slide because they did a study using essential oils and the specific oil Avant-Garde that I just showed you. And this particular oil and the future of antibiotics is pretty amazing. This particular oil is showing that it's being a solid, reliant resource for the emerging superbugs that are going to be probably by 2050 totally antibiotic resistant. So you can start working with On Guard and see some really powerful results. More powerful than Clorox. I saw some scientific tests on that too. Okay, anyone out there who I didn't speak with who's joining? Some of you asked me about supplements. I know we're coming up on an hour. We're going to probably go about 10 more minutes or so. Just in case you're wondering, trying to be as concise as possible while also delivering the information that I promised. So if you're somebody who is looking for supplementation that's going to deliver to you reliable quantities of what you might not be getting in your food, I would highly recommend you consider doTERRA's daily supplement because it is their #1 selling product. What? Joyce, we just talked about essential oils. How is their supplement their #1 product? Well, that's what I said. I was like, wait a minute, talk to me because I'm curious. I'm actually not a supplement person and I don't really believe in supplements. I didn't believe in supplements for 20 years, but now I take them. Curious. Well, if you're curious, you can try them for 30 days. Take 2 of each bottle. There's a vegan option on the right, and then the non-vegan option has fish oils, okay? I'll tell you what's in them in a second. You can take them for 30 days. It's 2 of each bottle twice a day, lunch, breakfast and lunch. And if you're not happy with the results you get after 30 days, you can actually return them for a full money-back guarantee. You get a full money-back guarantee, no questions asked, and I've never had anyone return them. So the first bottle is their Alpha CRS. That is your antioxidant support. That is what you need for building a healthy immune system. It's also going to prevent the free radical from going crazy in your body, which is the reason why a lot of people have improper cell function and why our brain seems to sometimes feel like it's not wired correctly, etc. And the cellular energy complex and a longevity complex, okay? It's all in that one bottle. The second bottle is their omega, their 369 fatty acids. It has the most unique formulation in the world, which is why this supplement is so unique. It has 9 of their most powerful medicinal essential oils in it, which usher the nutrients, the micronutrients of the next bottle, the Microplex, which is their whole food multivitamin and mineral complex supplementation. It's a perfect balance of exactly what your body needs in one day. There is no mega dosing with the product. I will tell you, there's about 25 years of scientific research that went into this formulation. It's different for every country because doTERRA is an international company. That's how unique the scientific research is on this product. Okay, so if you have cardiovascular issues, one person messaged me about cardiovascular. It will support cardiovascular health, healthy inflammatory response in the body, immune system support, stress management, liver and all of your digestive health, skin, teeth, nails, eye and brain, and all nervous system function. It's going to give you the antioxidant support you need for a healthy immune response and also protecting your DNA. More energy and less discomfort. If there's something that you have going on that I didn't mention, pain management, it's inflammatory. Anti-aging, that's cellular response. Cravings, it's very detoxifying. So it will support healthier food cravings. It's also great for mental acuity and for weight loss because of its detoxifying response in the body. If there's anything you're dealing with health-wise that I didn't mention, it'll probably address by the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Okay, what's unique about it as well is that if you're taking it and you need full digestive support, you can actually add up to 3 other supplements to the pack for like 40% off of the wholesale cost. So you can add a digestive enzyme in so that the food you're eating gets broken down properly so that you're not gassy and bloated, and you can turn your food into energy properly so that you're not low on energy. That you could add for 20 bucks. You can add the probiotic. Look, I've never seen a quality probiotic for less than 60 or 80 bucks. You can add it in for 20 bucks. It also has the prebiotic in the formulation, which you must have for it to work properly. What does a probiotic do? Joyce, tell me. Well, it promotes a healthy, the healthy flora population in the gut so that you have proper bowel function, proper elimination, proper immune system response. Pretty cool. You can add a third bottle. You can either add the deep blue polyphenols, normally 60, you can add it for 20 bucks. If you need more energy, you can add the Mito 2 Max. This is a natural, non-synthetic based herbal supplementation for people who need more energy. A lot of my athletes work with this product. It's a non-caffeine alternative. And what it does is it promotes the mitochondrial response in your cells so that you're getting more oxygen flow to your cells. Any questions on the supplement? Gosh, I must be doing a good job. No one has any questions? Okay. All right. So let's do another raffle. Who wants to win something? I feel like I may have missed an extra raffle. We could do 2 more raffles if you're feeling excited about it. Okay, raffle number 2. I'm going to raffle off an oil I didn't even talk about. I talked about it last week. It's called the Metabolic Blend, otherwise known as Slim and Sassy, so you can guess what that does. It helps with food cravings. It helps you to have a proper metabolic response in the body by supporting hormonal detoxification. And the other oil I'm going to give in this raffle is the Melaleuca, because if you don't have good digestive health, you might have skin issues. So you can use this on any kind of skin issues, or you can use it for, antimicrobial or maybe you have some stinky sneakers. You can put a drop on a cotton ball and stick it in your stinky sneakers. Okay, so the question is, the winner is going to win both of these samples. The question is, who remembers how to tell if the oil is one we don't take internally? If you want to just unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself if you remember. How do we remember, or who remembers how to know if the oil is one we can don't take internally? Don't take internally. I hear someone. Who's that, Nancy?
Yes, you have the supplement information on the side of the bottle.
Woohoo! We have a winner! Nancy, let me see. I don't think I have your information in front of me. Did you answer the survey?
I don't think so. I think I signed in late.
Totally cool. It doesn't matter. You're still a winner. I just don't have your information. So what I'd love for you to do is send an email to detox@joycerockwood.com. Detox@joycerockwood.com.
Okay.
And that email is going to have your name, your address, and your phone number so I can get you your samples.
All right. Sounds wonderful. Thank
Yay.
you.
Awesome. Congratulations, and thank you for participating. So yes, if the bottle does not have supplement facts, we don't take it internally. Okay, so nature was man's first remedy. Essential oils were our first form of medicine. And I believe all of our answers can be found there. So, okay, we're going to do a back-to-back raffle, okay? So Nancy's winning that one. Let me just make a note so I remember. And the second raffle is going to be for some wild orange, the first oil I ever experienced from doTERRA that had my head spinning. I was like, wow, I've never smelled anything like it. The wild orange, the oil of abundance, also great for immune response, also great for elevating mood and energizing and creative mindset and getting you out of a hoarding mindset if you're looking to clean up your house. And the peppermint for a buoyant heart, great digestion, great for breathing. So, okay, here's the question for this. Who remembers what kind of containers, someone other than Nancy, who remembers what kind of containers we drink our essential oils out of safely and what we would never place them in? It's like a 2-part question. So who remembers what we drink our essential oils out of? I'm writing down what we're going to get here. And what we never drink them out of. Does anyone remember? And does anyone want to unmute themselves? Or type in the chat. Oh my God, you're so shy, even when it comes to getting free essential oils that are from the core of the earth. Lucina, I think you might be typing in the chat. I see something's flickering. Okay, wait, hang on 1 second. Let me go to the chat. My chat thing disappeared. Okay. Hang on. Okay, let me answer your question about breathe in a moment. You know, my chat thingy was not blinking, and now I see it was like off screen. Okay, so yes, if there's Okay, or you're answering the other question. I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, all right. So no one's answering. All right. Well, does anyone want to answer? It's already won. Because someone should win these samples. Oops. Hello. Okay. So does anyone want to answer who may have already won?
You have to drink it out of glass.
My presentation is going crazy right now. So how do we remember, who remembers what kind of containers we drink essential oils out of safely and what we never place them in? Is that Lucina? No. Nancy, again.
You drink it out of glass.
She's got it. And what do you never drink it out of?
Plastic.
Oh my God. You just made
Because
my
it
life
melts
crazy.
something.
Sent to one person. All right, woman, you need oils. Clearly you need oils. You are very forward motion and you win. Okay, so you're going to get all of these. Look at you, girl. You got your own little stash already. Okay, let me answer this question. Lucina, you were asking me, does breathe work for people with, okay, there's a word that begins with A and it ends with zma. It's a respiratory issue. My brother has suffered with it for years. Yes, if you have a respiratory condition that is spelled ASTHMA, you can use breathe oil for any kind of respiratory issues, yes, and you would want to have a diffuser. So we're going to go through some kits in a moment. I'm going to go to the next section if that's okay with you. Let me just check my notes and make sure I'm not forgetting anything that I wanted to mention before I go to this next part. Okay, so let's go to the next part. If there's any other questions, I'm going to try and keep my eye on the prize here on this chat. And then you can you can unmute yourself if you have any other questions. Okay. Oh, wait, are we doing, oh yeah, does anyone want to say what they liked most about the webinar? I'm just curious. I love getting feedback because it helps me if when I'm doing my next one. What did you like most about the webinar so far? You can type in the chat. My screen is going crazy. It must be like high on peppermint oil. Yeah, if there was anything in particular that you really loved about the presentation, I would love to know. Like, what did you love the most? Let me know. And if you answer, maybe I have some other oils I want to give away. So yeah, let me know. And the next part that we're going to do, I'm just noticing my battery is like getting low, so I'm going to have to plug in. So I was looking behind me with my cord. Okay, so let's go to the next section and get you guys taken care of. So for anyone who feels like essential oils are a great modality for them, and this feels like a fit for you after hearing this information and this science, and you are ready to get going right away, I do some in-webinar freebies that I also extend for 24 hours for those who might be catching this on an encore, okay? Because I'm going to send out a recording of this as soon as I can when we're done. And I do this because my goal is to incentivize you to start working on your health right away and to not let another day pass you by. Our lives are so precious. And again, the more we take care of ourselves, the more we can be in service of other people. And, if you have stuff going on that doesn't feel life-threatening, I will tell you this. Why wait for that yellow blinking light to turn into something that's constantly red and, constantly red and flashing at you? So, we really want to be mindful of the signals that our body is sending us if we're not feeling well and really take heed in that. It's kind of like a little kid who's hungry and is kind of, at your knee and tugging on your pants and saying, I'm hungry, right? We don't want to wait 3 weeks to feed them. So why wait 3 years or 30? All right, so if you get started right away, I'm going to go over some kits. There are a number of different kits that you can start with doTERRA. They make it really easy. If you start with a kit, there's a bunch of promos going on right now. I've got this promo with an amazing free VIP upgrade. If you start with a kit that's about 100 PV, that's like product value, it's about $100. You get some freebies. You're going to get a free bottle of the wild orange, which is great for elevating mood and immune system support and good for digestion, in the 5 ml size. Okay, the 5 ml size is 85 drops. And then you're also going to get a free magazine so you can see some other really supportive hacks and tips and DIY recipes and other science going on with the oils that I didn't share yet today because it's just too much to share in 1 hour. You're going to get another 2 guides to help you until you might have the book or app. Okay, you're going to get the Healthy Can Be Simple booklet and the Modern Essentials reference card, so you can troubleshoot some of the most commonly experienced issues with any oils. You're also going to get a free 1 hour's private coaching with me, where we're going to design a 90-day wellness plan for you, okay? And then you also get free ongoing coaching for a year. Pretty cool. We have a Facebook group that's for our customers only, where you can be, and we'll invite you to that. And then we do free ongoing education. We do more raffles there. And it's a way for you to learn more about your oils at the pace you feel comfortable. Okay, so this is all for free when you get started with a kit that's at least 100 PV. So let's look at a couple of the kits and see what we have. Oh, there's another promo. Yeah, so any of the kits that you start with that are 100 PV or more, doTERRA for April only, this promo ends at the end of this month. So if you start with 100 PV, $100 or so this month, next month, you get a $50 credit in your membership, in your account, that you have an entire year to use, and you can use right away at once or in pieces to reinvest in your own health and get whatever you want. How cool is that? That's like you're getting 50% back of what you spent if you spend about $100. Okay, the second part of that is if you listened to this webinar, I know a lot of you asked me about health goals for friends and friends who have kids. So if you have any friends that you think could benefit from learning about the oils and you want to share the recording with them, if they get started and they're doing 100 or more in their first order, you're going to get another 50 from me as a gift. That's my way of saying thank you for sharing. So you can literally pay for your first order by just sharing this with a friend and sharing the gift of health and wellness. How cool is that? All right. So I'm going to show you the kits. Now, very briefly, I'm going to spend some time on some of the other kits, but I want to mention this because a couple of people have emailed me and said that they were actually interested in bringing the oils into their practice or learning about the business. If you are someone who is wants to learn about the business, we will talk after in depth, but you would probably want to look at some of the more valuable kits that give you everything if you're going to be doing this, because you're going to want to have access to all of the products, right? So you would want to look at things like the diamond kit on the kit pages that I emailed you. It's in the last email. You can print them out or you can just look at them online. You would want to look at the diamond kit, or you would want to look at the Every Oils kit, okay? The reason is because you're going to have everything that you need right away if you're starting your business. These kits are not exclusive to someone starting the business. If you are someone who is really invested in like overhauling your home and you really just want to have everything at once and do the overhaul in one fell swoop, you can do that, right? You can get either one of these kits and just be a consumer. That's totally fine. And there are a lot of bonuses with those kits, which I can go over with you separately. But for the sake of time, I do want to wrap up in a moment because we're now like a little over. If you are someone who wants to start out with just the top 10 oils that we reviewed, and you like the idea of starting small, you can start with the Family Essentials kit. There are 2 size bottles. This kit has the smaller size bottles, okay? These bottles have 85 drops, and you get the top 10 oils in this kit that we just reviewed. So you'd have everything on hand to kind of troubleshoot anything immediate that would deal with any of the health goals you shared with me: digestion, mood, food cravings, mental acuity, etc., cardiovascular support, immune system, anti-aging. You'd have everything you need. Okay, you also get a great booklet to show you how to use the oils, and you're going to get 2 vials of different oral beadlets you can pop in your mouth in peppermint and on guard. Now, this kit and all the kits I'm showing you come with a free membership, which is pretty generous because it allows you to try anything else you want without the obligation of buying anything else for an entire year and getting it at wholesale price. Okay, you can actually design your own kit as well. If you don't see a kit you want to start with, you can design your own kit. You just pay a $35 membership fee, and then you get anything you want at wholesale price. You can add anything you want to this kit. If you like the idea of having a diffuser, don't have one yet, and you know you need one, you can add the Lumo diffuser to this kit. It's just $70, okay? And you'll have it for years and years and years. If you like the idea of this kit, it's $150, okay? It would get you the 50 free points for May, so that's the pretty nice savings already. And it's discounted $36.50 below the normal wholesale price, which is what it would cost if you were buying all these oils one by one individually, okay? If you like the idea of starting with a bit more oil because that feels a little limiting, and you like the idea of starting with the big bottles, okay? The big bottles have 250 drops, okay? And just to give you a sense of how long this would last, if you're using 1 drop of peppermint 3 times a day, this will last you about 2.5 months, okay? The 85 drop bottle will last you about a month. So what does that tell you about this kit? This kit gives you 3 times the amount of oils as the other kit, the Family Essentials. Now, this kit is not 3 times the price. It's actually less than double. So if you're looking at it from a dollar value perspective, this kit is a much deeper value. The only oil that's going to always be in 5 ml is here, the Deep Blue. Now, this kit is $86.25 below wholesale, so you save that. You'll get the free 50 points for next month to spend when you want, and this kit is $275, and it does come with a free 4-hour diffuser called the Petal Diffuser. Okay, so these are 2 really great kits that you can start with if this feels like it's the right time for you and you're sort of sick and tired of dealing with your malaise and not feeling well and not feeling energized. This is a really great way to start. The other kit I'll point out to you that's in your class pages is the Natural Solutions Kit. Now, you would want to look at this kit if you feel like you want to start with the supplements, the oils, and your diffuser, and then a lot of home health, a lot of household products, okay? So you'll see this kit comes with a number of other items in it. It's a $550 kit. It saves you to $28.95 below wholesale. So this kit is normally like $770. But you get 100 free product credits on top of the 50 with this month's promo. So that's 150 back when you opt into their rewards program. They have a really amazing, generous rewards program that you can add on to a wholesale membership for free. So if you like the idea of getting points for your purchases and getting your oils for free, when we do your oils coaching, I can tell you a little bit more about that. But with this kit, you actually fast start in that rewards program and earning 15% of your purchases back in free product credits instead of starting out at 10. So this is probably the most popular kit that people tend to want to work with because it allows them to move forward with all the areas of their health that they know they want the most results with. But you can pick, the kit that feels the best for you. And there's no pressure whatsoever around which kit you buy. You can also look, there are some other kits on the pages. If you have questions, you can reach out to me. I have an email that's going to come to you with the recording with a button that you'll be able to click where you can book some time to get on a call with me if you have questions. I'm also going to stay on this recording. I'll cut the recording in a few moments, but you can also stay on the webinar and I'll just avail myself for like another 5 minutes or so if you have other questions that you want to ask me. Oh, someone's mentioning they really enjoyed the PowerPoint, that the information was not only heard but seen. It sticks in your brain better. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. All right. So if you like the idea of getting free stuff and you want to get more free stuff, I am always super generous with oils because they've changed my life. And the more I can share with other people, the more lives I can change. And the more lives I can change, the more you can change, right? So if you like the idea of getting a free custom roller, woohoo! You can let me know what your favorite part of the webinar was and email me after at detox@joycerockwood.com, okay? And share 5 names with me of 5 friends and their contact information, which means their email and their phone number, okay? They're gonna get a personal invitation with your name on it to my next webinar, which is going to be Wednesday. It's on Simple Daily Habits. And you are going to get, just for sharing their name and information, I'm going to email you. Could you imagine if I could email you a roller? I'm going to email you a roller. No, I'm going to send you a custom roller for those 5 names. Now, the only prerequisite I have for giving me the 5 names is they have to be nice. That's it, okay? Because I like to work with referrals because I assume anyone who's on this webinar is someone who's invested in their well-being, and that means you're my kind of person. So sharing the information with your friends gets you rewarded and gets them invited to the next webinar. If for any reason they can't be a part of that, they can watch the encore. And if you feel like you want to get a bigger gift, if you feel like you want to have a diffuser and you want to get a kit that doesn't have one, here's another option for you. we can plan a separate webinar with those 5 people. Again, email me, detox@joycerockwood.com. And when those 5 people show up to the webinar and stay in its entirety, it'll be a private webinar we schedule. You're going to get this free 3-hour diffuser. It's brand new. It's literally still in the bag, in the box. And we'll design that and schedule that together. Okay. So again, my way of supporting you. I know some people are dealing with some financial restraints out there in these times. And so if taking care of your health is something I can support by you sharing the gift, that is my joy to do so. All right. Pardon me. Thank you so much for making time to learn about essential oils. And I find there's 3 ways people like to get started when they do. One of the ways is they like to use oils in their home and just be happy about doing so. And if that's you, that's totally fine. If you like the idea of sharing with friends, I mentioned that option to get a free diffuser by hosting a webinar. If you live in LA and you want to do it in person, I'm totally game down for that. I love to meet people in person. And sharing, if sharing is you, you can also reach out to me and we can plan another webinar or an in-person class. If you are someone who is a practitioner and you have an office, or you're a lawyer, or you're an accountant, or any kind of physical therapist, whatever your occupation, you like the idea of bringing oils into your office because they reduce stress and make people happier and they increase like their work ethic. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Then we could do something in your office if you're in LA, or webinar in another part of the world. Sharing, that's the second way. Let me know if that's you. You can email me. And then the third way is if you're really looking forward to changing your life and changing the lives of others, and you're looking forward to the idea of building a doTERRA business, that's also an option. Let me know, because we can set up a separate meeting and I can tell you a little bit more about the business opportunity. All right, so thank you for making time in your lives to learn a little bit more about essential oils today. I hope you feel this was informative and that you learned something that you didn't already know, and that it afforded you the opportunity to take a deeper dive into the health goals that you have and see that there are safe and natural solutions for every single thing that is going on in your life. Cleaning products, everything, beautifying, everything. And our next webinar is Wednesday. It is May 2. Oh my God, what is going on? It's flying. And it's Simple Daily Habits. And you'll be getting emails on that. So if you want to register for that one or share it with a friend, you can do so. And if you're ready to get started, oh, one more gift. Told you I was generous. If you're ready to get started today, when you're ready to get started today within the 24-hour period, the first person, again, I'm going to stay on for another few moments. The first person, oh, that person's in Australia. Lucina's in Australia. Okay, that's interesting. The raffle winner is for US only. All right, we'll figure that piece out. We will figure that piece out. If you are the first person to send in your order for your kit, you're going to also get not only the enrollment gifts, the free enrollment gifts that I outlined, the wild orange and the booklets, you're going to get a free hand sanitizing mist in the On Guard formula, okay? And that's coming from me directly. So hurry up and fill it out so you can be the first one to get the extra gift. Again, I want to thank you so much for participating. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to stay on for another few moments. If you're watching this on Encore, then you can reach out to me and we can support you if you have any questions. There'll be a link in there for you to schedule time to talk. Thanks again, and I look forward to supporting you soon in the future. Bye now.